Hi everyone and welcome. And in this video I'm gonna share with you how TechnoTutor has helped me to actually create the life that I've always wanted and was never able to actually do it. So I found TechnoTutor almost 2 years ago, and that's how I got involved with that. But before me getting involved with that, I was already really deep involved with personal development and stuff like that, because I remember I started my first encounter with personal development was with Jim Rohn and then Tony Robbins, Les Brown. So those were the main people that Tony Robbins as well, yeah. Those were the main people that I discovered when I started to actually question myself and question everything, because I graduated in chemistry. I'm in engineering chemistry, and after that it's great to have that degree, right, to be a chemist. But after that I realized for myself that I want more out of my life. I want to actually be more than what I am right now, because the reason for me even to study chemistry is because I wanted to do petroleum, like oil. I wanted to go into the oil industry because I was saying, okay, with oil you can make a lot of money. So that was the mindset that I had at the time. And when I realized that maybe not oil, but I was already studying chemistry, and later on I was then thinking of, okay, do I go with chemistry? No, do I go with oil, or do I then go into cosmetics? Because women likes cosmetics, right? You can also make a lot of money with that. So this was like the way I was thinking back then. But still, it was like cool to think about those kind of stuff. But I was going to my studies, studying, doing all of that things. But later on, when I graduated, and then I realized that, okay, shit, this degree is worth nothing. And then I realized that, okay, now I have to create something for myself. So that's then where I started with personal development. And then I later on found out about the GIN, which is the Global Information Network, and they had great stuff. So at the time I was working, and at the same time I was doing all kind of crazy businesses like trading, drop shipping, import, export, like everything that I could think of, like designing t-shirt online. So it was like everything that I could put my hands on, because I was looking for like, okay, what is it that I can actually do? And that's like how I've been doing up until now, until I find an e-commerce, Amazon FBA. And I like the idea, because at that time for me I was really like a super introvert, shy person, and I did everything that I could to avoid people. That was my mindset. And that's why when I found e-commerce, it was like, for me, like, great, this is really awesome, because I can really scale the business to endlessly without me having to speak to no one. Right, like saying speak to no one, it's a little bit of not true, because you still have to communicate with suppliers and with people that you're working with. But for me, when I say I don't have to communicate with someone, it's because I can just send you a text or just make a phone call. I don't have to go there and talk to you. I don't have to meet you. I can just send you a text, and then that's pretty much it. So that's why I like the most about that part, because so that I can hide myself and never have to do anything with the world. So this was the mindset that I had at that time, because I was super introvert and like super shy. So I was in that e-commerce doing my job, but it was not working. And when I found out about the GIN, that's also where I find out about the law of attraction. And studying all of that, it was really great to learn all of those new knowledge, all of those informations. And I realized that when I reached that point, I was reading like about 2 books a week. And I was listening to audios like all the time, maybe like 3 to 4 hours a day, because everything that I was doing, and at my work I could sometimes listen to the music. So what I did instead was to listen to those trainings, those motivation speaks, those informations that we have at the Growth Information Network. So that's what I've been doing all of this time. But still, it was great to learn so much, but at the same time, the business that I was in, which is that Amazon FBA, it was not working like the way I've planned or I've dreamed it would go. Right, me putting the long hours, doing what I could, but the business just not taking off. And everything, at least I had the chance to be working, so I could just take my job. I was working, I don't have like a girlfriend or a family or stuff like that, so I could just take all the money that I was making from my work, just invest that in my business. But still, it was not working. I was just putting all that money in there, paying for trainings, Tony Robbins and stuff like that, and the gene as well, paying for all those trainings, but not being able to actually make that return back. So it was not working. So that's then where I decided, when I joined the gene, I was like, wow, great, now I'm learning new stuff, maybe this is gonna help me. But after like listening to those material, learning all of this kind of stuff, I wasn't still able to actually make the kind of money that I've always wanted to. And I remember with my business, my online business, my Amazon business, the highest amount of money that I was able to ever make was like €1,000 or something like that. I've never like gone past that, and have not that time I didn't make that much. I was always running troubles, running out of inventory. The product that I was finding would not be working. I would have to find another product. So all kind of crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, it was just like, okay, I'm not getting things to work. So listening to that or hearing that was like, okay, like what am I missing? What is it that I'm not actually applying here? And then I decided, when I decided that to go out at the gene event, because they have like events around the world that they make to actually get people to connect. So that's where I went to one of those events, and that event was my first one. I was a shy person. I went there with 2 friends and I hung around with them all the time. Although Kevin Trudeau says that when you go to this kind of network event, connect with new people and get to know them and everything. But for me, it was like, nah, I don't, it's not for me. And no. So I went there, but I had a chance to connect with few people. And after the event, then it was really great to connect with them, and specifically this one person, which is Kian, and he's the one that showed me TechnoTutor. And when he showed me TechnoTutor, it was great. Like, okay, I see this guy, he's running all this kind of business. He's running an investment company that at that time I guess was making like between $2 to $3 million a year that he was running with an investment fund company. So it was for me like, how is this guy doing this? Like how is he doing that? So it was really great to connect with him. I was really excited to like, okay, finally I see someone who is making it, and maybe he can teach me some stuff like how to make it. So I didn't realize that, okay, he shared with me TechnoTutor. In the beginning, I didn't really get it, because he not the first. I didn't really understand what it was. I was like a little bit like resilient, skeptical. But when I was chatting then with him, I realized that he has a lot of value as a person, and he has a great vision for the world. And that's really what hooked me in. And also what TechnoTutor, what he explained to me that TechnoTutor was. And TechnoTutor, to touch on that, or maybe I can touch on that later, but he explained to me all of that, what he's doing. And for me, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, because I've done like already so many things. I've done like TFT, BEST, and Reiki, meditation, affirmations, Tony Robbins stuff. So I've tried a lot. Sedona as well. I tried Sedona's Reiki and deep tissue massage. I've done a lot, right? So that time I was like, okay, what is this one as well? So it was just for me, like, because I also remember that the kind of mindset that I had was, I don't care what I have to do, I'm gonna make it. I knew, and it's kind of like, how to explain it, when you know that you are able to do something, but no matter how hard you try, you still don't do it, that kind of frustration that come with it, that kind of like pain that come with it, because it's like, I know that I can do it, but why am I not doing it? This was for me the main point of myself, because I knew how I was hardworking. If you told me, okay, this is what you have to do to make it, I would have done it, but still I was not able to actually manifest the money that I wanted. Yes, I was more happier, I could have better relationship, more relationship, because I didn't have none. Like prior to me having TechnoTutor, I already had maybe just like 2 connections that I was really like, okay, this is the people that I hang around with them, maybe 2 people. So I was like, what is holding me back? And he shared with me what TechnoTutor was, and from now on I kind of like had an idea about like, okay, why things were not working for me. And he shared with me that it's your unconscious mind that's running your life. You may be thinking, oh, you're smart, you're conscious, you know how to do this, you know how to do that, but if your unconscious mind that is not programmed in there, you're not going to be able to do all those things. And one thing that he shared with me that was really crucial is that if you're not programmed to do something, you will never be able to do that thing. I was like, okay, shit. Like, if you're not programmed to do something, you will never be able to do it. And that hit me hard. That hit me hard because I've always wanted to do so many great things in the world, but still I was not doing anything. The bank account was still empty. I was still a loser. Nothing was working. I was just checking myself off, thinking that I'm changing, but in reality, I was not changing. I was still the same fucking loser, and like, it was horrible. So what had happened is that I end up getting TechnoTutor. And one thing when you get TechnoTutor is that you get the support of that person that shared TechnoTutor with you for life. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm going to connect with this guy, and he's going to support me using that technology that I didn't really understand how it works. And also, he's going to mentor me or coach me so that I can also be successful in my business. So that's how I end up finding, I end up getting TechnoTutor. And in the beginning, he was like, okay, use this thing, and it's gonna help you program your unconscious mind. I didn't really understand it, but I was like, hey, okay, what do I have to lose here? After everything that I've tried, so what else is there? So I end up like using it like every day. I was really using it like a lot, using it like really a lot. And I've seen, since I've been using it, like tremendous change. The first one that I'm really proud of is me sharing this with you, because like I said, I was the most introvert person that you have never met, shy as you have never seen, but after using that, I started to just express myself without worrying about what someone else may think, which was a really good point for me. And also the building up my self-confidence or my self-esteem, to just be able to accept who I am, just the way I am, my value, my worth, and all of that. This was the main point that I really changed really fast. And it was really fast. Within like the next weeks to the first month, I realized how much I could then express myself. I could just speak without just worrying about what's gonna happen, which was something very, very huge for me that, okay, every time we want to speak, we think, oh my God, what is this person going to think of me if I say this? Oh, I didn't say this right. Or what do they think of me? So after that, I was just like, okay, I don't care. I'm just going to share what I want to share, and you either listen or not. I don't really care. I just share the message that I want to share. And that's what also led me to start sharing my journey, making these videos and stuff like that, just because I want to share. And expression or expressing yourself is really great when you know how to do it without feeling ashamed of yourself. And I really value that now. So that's why I'm sharing this, so that other people who are also in that same condition, you know that you can change. It's not a fate. You're not the born someone low self-esteem person. You can change if you have the right environment, but mostly the right tools to actually make that change. So those were the things that actually happen. But later on, like right now, I end up quitting my job, building my business, so that right now I live only off my business, right? Which was also a major key point for me, because when I started, remember, I was struggling. I wasn't making the highest amount of money. That I did make was like 1,000 euros in a month. Now I've had weeks where I made like 6,000 euros in net profit in 1 week. Right, so this is something that's now happening, and the reason for me sharing that is because, like I said, we are a lot involved into personal development, but the thing is that we learn, but we don't know how to apply them. We want to build our self-esteem, our discipline, and stuff like that, but we don't know how to do it. But the thing is, there's actually a way, which is TechnoTutor, that I was talking about. And the way TechnoTutor works, why it has been able to help me be able to change myself, because like I said, when I asked Kian, like, okay, I'm doing this, why is it not working? And then he shared with me that it's because you're not programmed for that. And he explained to me that we are just like a computer, that if there's not a software inside of a computer, that computer will never be able to run effectively. That computer will never be able to run effectively. And that's the same for us as a human. The life that you're living right now is based on the programming that you have. It's based on the programming that you have. The way your brain is wired, the way you think, the way you behave, that's like the way you've been programmed. And if you do not change that way that you've been programmed, you're not going to be able to actually change your life fundamentally, because what you're going to do is that you're going to just fool yourself around. Because the best way to see if you're actually changing is how much money are you making, or how good your relationships are improving. Because yes, it's not always about money, but money is a good indicator of how much you're changing. Because you may be saying, oh, I don't want money. I understand that. For me, I don't eat money, right? But I use that to pay my bills, to support my family with that, to support people around the world. That's why I use money for. That's why I want to make more money. That's why I keep on making more money, because of what I can do with the money. I can create a lot with the money, right? That's why it's good to make money. And you also pay for the bills for your food. So, and what I'm saying is that we go through school, through the education system, and what that actually does is that it programs us to become good workers or good slaves, because it doesn't actually support us to actually build the program that we need later on in our lives to actually be able to live the life that we want, to create good relationships, to make money, to raise our children effectively. It doesn't support us to do that. And also at home, we were not supported effectively from our parents to actually become a great people. We were abused either physically or morally. And within the first 7 years of our life, what had happened in there determines a lot of the person that we are or that we're going to become in our lives. Because if that doesn't change up until now, you're only going to be able to like, you're only going to be doing the same things all over again and again and again and again. It doesn't really matter what you are doing. It could be trading or doing another business, real estate, or whatever. It doesn't really matter what you are in, but it matters most who you are as a person. That's why it was so key for me to reprogram my unconscious mind, because when I reprogram my unconscious mind, I am then able to do anything that I literally want. I can become then that best version of myself that we all look for, but we don't know how to get it. And I've invested a lot, tons of money to actually work on myself, but nothing has helped me like TechnoTutor has right now. That's why for me it was just like a matter of like evidence to share that with other people, because caring is sharing. If I care about it, if I care about other people, then I have to share this with them, because I also know other people that I've shared that with them, that I've spent over $100,000 like in a year. People that spend over $100,000 a year working on themselves, but when they get TechnoTutor, it's like, shit, why haven't I found this earlier? That's why I'm making this out, to share about it so that more people get to know it. And if you want to know more about TechnoTutor, how to get it, how it works at a way deeper level, you can always send me a message and I will be happy to connect with you and explain to you how you use that to reprogram your unconscious mind. Because when we think about it, the difference between Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and you and I, what is it? They are human like you and I. If you cut them, they will bleed. They go to the bathroom, they pee, just like you and I. We have the same time, but what is the difference? It is their programming. It's the way they are programmed. That's the only difference. So if I'm able to reprogram myself to become actually whoever I want, like, how amazing can your life be? Right? And I'm not saying that it happens like overnight. It's not an overnight thing. It takes time, a few weeks, few months to actually start seeing the change, but it is permanent. Because I remember from the seminar of Tony Robbins that I went to, it was at the end just like, okay, you have that high energy, but when you come back, it's like it wear off and you don't actually get to see anything anymore. It just wears off and that's it. But what I want for myself, it's a permanent change. Something that I do once and it's permanent. I don't have to do that again, which is what TechnoTutor has allowed me to actually change myself every day at a permanent level. Not just at a superficial level, but something permanent, so that I don't have to think about it anymore. I am just who I am, I just be. So this has been so far in terms of like business-wise, what I've seen with TechnoTutor. But the main point as well was with me just working on myself to become more confident. And my relationship has improved tenfold. Now I have really amazing relationships with my family, mostly my sister. And I remember we live in the same country, but we barely talk to each other. And thanks to TechnoTutor, we have repaired our relationship, and now we have like one of the best relationship that I've ever had in my life, which is something I'm really proud of. And also my English. I'm speaking to you in English, but English is not my mother tongue. I use TechnoTutor as well to improve my English. So which is also great, because it didn't just help me to work on myself, but because it's a tool to learn anything, to implement anything at an unconscious level. Now even my English has improved like thousandfold. So, and relationship has improved. My life has changed thanks to me using TechnoTutor in a very short period of time, less than 2 years. In less than 2 years, I've been able to quit my job. I now have amazing relationship, and I now have friends around the world. Like I can travel to any place in the world and I'm gonna be welcome everywhere with those people. So this is what I'm talking about, and this is what TechnoTutor has helped me. And like I say right now, for me, it's most like, okay, it has helped me. How can I then, because just to keep that for myself, it's really selfish. It's really selfish. And the few people that I share that with already, they are seeing a lot, like tremendous result. That's why I've decided to put more content out there, to reach more people, to share more of that with more people, because sharing is caring. It doesn't like do any good if I use that for myself and I keep on like creating the wealth that I want for myself. But at the end, it's like, if the people around you are also not wealthy, like what is the point of being wealthy or being healthy or being happy? If I'm healthy and you're not healthy, like what's the fun in there? If you're healthy and I'm healthy, that's good, so that we get to have fun together. So this is why I've decided to share that with other people, and so that we can actually create better communities and better life. Yes, like I said, if you want to know more about TechnoTutor and how to actually also use it, or how it works at a deeper level, we can always connect. You can send me a message and I will be happy to share that with you. So that was it for my updates for me using TechnoTutor up until now, and more is to come, because I keep on using it and I have great goals that I have, and one of them is to become a billionaire. And for that, I need to change a lot. I need to keep on reprogramming myself to get there. And I know I'm going to get there because I have the tool for that. I have the tool for that. So that's it for me. And if you want to know more, like I said, just send me a message, and I will be happy to share with you as well. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.